Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of High Top Sports at Champs Corner Monday. It is Portal Christmas Day, whatever you want to call it. It has been mayhem today, madness, with the names that have been flowing in, flowing out. Visits are on an all-time high. We've got obviously a bowl game coming up. The boys expect to be in Tampa next week, and I was thinking like that could have an impact on Florida, but it might actually have the boys cook up a little bit, get some visits in there early, make them move a little bit faster than what we've been used to. Big news in regards to Caleb Bank has me fired up, and we're going to have a lot to go over the show today, okay? And I want to kind of preface it, the portal giveth, okay? The portal taketh. So, a lot to break down. Jam-packed show. Jam-packed show. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe. The show is brought to you by Prize Picks, some super chats, rocking and rolling. We'll talk about that. Before we do, though, I don't have the intro. I can't find it, and I'm in shambles about it. But, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stephen Harris, how we doing, big dog?
Man, what's going on, baby? Doing good, man. Doing good, kid.
Good, man. Good to see you. We've busy day.
You see what I had to throw it on.
I love it. We try to lock in some more Swamp Kings because
my boy Banks said he came back to win.
I love it. I think that's a statement, and I know the boys are cooking. Again, there's so much portal news, and sometimes we get distracted because there's just so many options out there. Like, we want this person, that person. We got to keep what we got first, and that's what we're going to talk about today.
For sure.
A little bit. We got some special guests, though. We're missing one right now. I don't know where he's at, but we do have one of them joining us today, Mr. Funny Man, Gatelin. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Go Gators, baby.
What's going on? Go Gators, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Man. Good to have you, boss.
Absolutely,
Yes,
man. We appreciate you joining us today, man, and chit-chatting it up a little bit about the Florida Gators. I know you're a big-time Florida Gator fan. Made some great content at Florida not too long ago. So how long you been a Gator fan?
2004, man. It's marked 20 years this year. You know what I'm saying? So since 04, I've been a Gator fan.
I love it. Man. Well, Mr. Harris, I know he's a big fan of you, and myself included. We're excited to have you on. The big news that dropped today that I want to get your opinion on right away. Here we go. Mr. Nod Ross. Let's get him in here then. Now we're cooking, boys. We're full house now. Full house now, baby.
Yeah.
There we go.
Boy, y'all boys, boy.
Look at
Lord
this.
Jesus.
Let's go. I love it.
Yeah.
Not how we doing, man?
Just waiting on my NIL from the Gators.
Hey, there's a list. You get in line. They're all waiting.
Right.
Social media NIL.
For the fan, I think you're right. The fans need NIL opportunities for what we were going through.
They still owe me one. So if they give you yours before mine.
Well, now we were talking to Gatelin, man, before you hopped on. You're a little late. I
thought Lil Nut was pulling up.
Tell us, man, how long you been a Gator, man?
Man, all my life, for real. You know what's crazy? Only one of my family members graduated from Florida. The rest of my family, they Florida State fans and Miami Hurricane fans. I'm the only one stand out. I like the orange and blue stand out, and it just stuck with me.
I love it. See, you got a bunch of losers as family members. That's unfortunate. Living, I want to talk to y'all today about this news here, man. We've got you guys again been Gator fans for quite some time, like you said.
The picture, boss.
I'm getting him. He was late. We'll start with you, Galen, because you were on time. All right, last time. Listen, I think with the fact that Badger, Cam Jackson, Banks coming back, Triquez Bridges, these guys all announcing one either coming back or playing in the bowl game. I think it speaks volumes to this culture. We've been, again, fans for quite some time now. What's your thoughts on this, man? These guys coming back and just what Napier is building.
Man, at the beginning I was a little worried, honestly. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, I've always loved Billy as a guy. I was just kind of scared of him as like the Florida Gators coach.
Sure.
But I mean, over the past 5 weeks, I mean, I fell back in love with Billy. I'm on the Billy train all the way, and I think it's like the guys coming back and actually showing that they want to keep winning. really showing that they trust in Billy too, man. So I think it's a big thing that they're coming back and playing and really getting us a win because I think this win is going to be big to show us for next year.
Absolutely. What game was it for you that I called it? He cheated on me. We got divorced. We were sleeping in different bedrooms.
Oh,
What game was it for you
Texas
that?
A&M,
Okay.
Texas A&M, I was sitting on the 50-yard line. It was horrible.
Gosh.
Nah, what about you, boss?
Man, I'm just way to set the standard, fellas. First of all, for even just playing in the
Yes,
bowl
sir.
game, because don't have to play, unlike Florida State. But anyway, I like that they're playing in this game. You know, and just basically just helping the young fellas out, man, and just continue and just trying to end it the right way for Billy. Because I was nervous, like you said, Gaten, but I was nervous. I was on the
Yeah.
fire Billy train. I said, I told you,
I tried to send him a DM. He wouldn't let me, though.
no.
What did you say?
You know what? Every time I go to the stadium, right, you know, I'm cool with Spikes and all them. They be like, you want to meet Billy? No, I don't want to meet Billy.
How about now?
Now I want to meet Billy. I want to go out to eat with Billy, go get with Billy. Billy invited to the cookout.
Billy invited to the cookout.
Bro, that's the greatest compliment you can get. I get that on the comment section all the time, like how you invited to the family cookout. Say less. I love it.
I just enjoy the fact, honestly, man, all jokes aside, that Billy still got kids fighting, you know,
For
and
sure.
they still
For sure.
see that they can't run. They still running through the wall for him, and
For
that
sure.
says a
Running
lot.
through the wall.
Yeah,
Definitely.
they still playing ball for him. Like I remember when the kids quit on Dan Mullen.
Right.
It was ugly. Yeah, it
was
wrapped up
I
pretty
was
quickly.
I was on the sideline that game, Dan Mullen last year versus Georgia, and I was just standing there and like next to him. I was seeing them kids was talking to him crazy.
Really? You say talking to him
Oh,
crazy.
yeah,
You can see it,
crazy.
yeah. You guys watch the game, so you guys are in tune, so you know what it looks like when somebody's quitting on you, and that's a
Right,
big deal. Energy is big, man, and once you lose that, it's over. And that was I was scared about that. You know what I mean? But when I seen that those guys, the accountability they were taking, I was listening to the post game interviews, and they were taking
right,
accountability. Like, no, it's not them, it's us. It take a lot for players to come together and tell the media that it's not them, it's us. You know what I
right.
mean? And those guys were verbal about that, and they put the work in. So yeah, but the energy that they play with, bro, yeah, you guys on point.
So the big news that has me fired up. I was ecstatic today. Was Banks coming back? There's so many opportunities for these guys. Yeah, that's massive. I mean, look, I was trying to see where they had him projected to go in the NFL draft. He's not high right on the mock draft, but some people are arguing he was one of the better D linemen that would be coming into this draft. And who knows if he were to go, how a pro day would do for him. So this is a massive return for us again with losing Cam Jackson and Big Dez. If we were to lose Banks, I mean, we've got some guys up and coming, but you lose a lot of depth there and a lot of leadership that Cam Banks brings to the table. And again, when asked, hey, what was your reason for coming back? He was like, we're going on a run. I believe this team can go win a national championship. And that's exactly how I felt. Now, we're going to talk later on the show, Harris and I, about some names that are it had me fired up, man. And look, I think you said it too, not about just the guys, how bought in they're in. I love the standard that's being set. It feels like there's a massive shift this year because of what happened with FSU last year. Like Fran Brown comes out and makes a statement. Coach Prime has made a statement. It's like, we're not sitting down. Arizona, I love it. There's been like just this like automatic shift back to where like, look, we're not going to quit on these guys. You're still having it, but I like seeing the culture of these guys being bought in and playing for more than just a logo. What are you hoping for this Tulane game though, Nod?
A blowout. Honestly, I just don't want to leave. I want to go out like with DJ Lagway, that old Steve Spurrier type of offense, 5 wide. I don't got 5 receivers.
You gonna set us up, man. You gonna have these people back on here yelling at me saying, "Nah, it's gonna go 5." You know we were gonna run it 62 times. I don't why.
That's another thing too, man. That's what I liked about our team, because honestly, this was what I thought on the process was this year. If Mertz was starting, right, I felt like it was gonna be 5 to 7 yards, run, run, run. Merch throw five. He just managing the game.
Mm-hmm.
DJ came in the game, man. He just changed the playbook. They did the
Blew the
playbook
roof
like this. Bring his Spurrier playbook.
Bring his Spurrier playbook.
Half of it's in the bathroom at his restaurant. But he needs to go take a couple more peas and come back out. He might have something drawn up a little bit.
Telling you.
What's your thoughts,
Man,
Galen?
but
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Man, I think,
nah,
man, I
he was,
want a goose egg, man. I'm tired of teams scoring. I want us to
Yeah.
put up a zero. I don't want nobody to score. You know what I'm saying? We haven't had a goose egg in a minute, it seems like. So I would love to have a nice goose egg. Definitely in a bowl game. That's gonna send next year to, I mean, amazing, amazing, amazing. And get us some good transfers. I think this bowl game is huge for transfers also.
It's a big selling opportunity. I keep talking about it again. To me, the season 2025 started after Texas. You know what I mean? We're 3-0 for 2025. This is just 4-0.
Yes, sir.
In my opinion.
Yes, sir.
This is preseason. We talk about, we wish we could have preseason. We got it. This is how that the energy needs to be. And I was kind of prepared mentally for these seniors to sit out and would have been cool with it because I wanted to what's coming. That's what we're gonna see. But
I wanted that too.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted that too. I wanted to see what the young guys could do without the seniors because that's going to be a huge difference.
I still think they'll play them more probably than not. I think the it's going to be like the Kobe last season, right? Just kind of getting their flowers. Stephen Harris is done talking to us, but
I think all guys are playing. Like, ain't too many extra young guys. I think they all playing. You know what I'm saying right now? You just want to see them play like a full game with nobody else.
For sure. Yeah, I just to get some more reps, some more opportunities. The wide receivers, love that Badger's coming back. I really want to get some of those young guys, but Eugene's hurt, so how much? You're not going to see too much anyways. Would love to see Mizell because ideally that's going to be the guy that makes that next big step. Who's your big target? If Stephen Harris, we were kind of talking before, because again, I don't want to bust anyone's bubble, but keeping a lot of our guys is going to be tough, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later on in the show. But if there was two guys, big name guys, and I hate to even phrase it this way, that you will be okay parting ways with. Because look, right now, not going to the NFL, right? That we could. Listen. I'm just trying. Boy, that's a it sucks, but it feels like we might be having a few. It could happen. I just who's two names, and I feel like it sucks because last year I could have given you a handful.
You go first, Galen.
Two names. I'm gonna do an offensive and a defensive player.
Love it.
Okay.
And if we saying big names, I would have to go. Shit, man. I mean, I think DJ Lagway can put it in the hands of anybody, no matter how good the receiver is. So if we say big names, I would have to go with Eugene.
He's already staying. He's already staying. Next, can't use him. He already announced he's staying.
Okay, we can't use Eugene. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
He's already staying.
I could go with. Man, this is real hard right here.
It's tough, man. I thought we were kind of at lock and keeping some of these guys, but like I said, there's a list and there's some interviews going on of conversations, and I'm not saying they're going to leave, but it kind of raises the question that this guy, Real Heisman, who we've been following for Twitter, kind of reading the tea leaves a little bit. He was announcing when guys were kind of tweeting out when we were going to get some commits. He tweeted today, he goes, "I've heard too many times today, hey, it's not personal, it's business." So you got to assume there's going to be some gut punches. That's what I hate it, but it's the reality of the world that we're living in. It's a tough one, man.
Give us one player.
I go Kamorny McClain.
Okay,
that's what I was.
I go Kamorny. We could lose him.
I feel like that's the easy one. I love. You said we could.
I love Aaron Gates for sure. We'll throw the book at Aaron Gates.
Yeah.
I'll go pawn my PlayStation.
Kamani. I feel like Kamani's one of the easier ones to personally
let go.
Yeah, just giving the cornerback room.
Super hard.
I'm telling you. Okay, let me give my reason why I wouldn't want to lose Kamani. Right.
I love it. Let's go.
I was on that sideline that Kentucky game when Kamani got that interception. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That was the when he housed it back to the house.
Yes, sir. It was.
I was standing right on the sideline, and I seen Spike say they better not throw his way. As he's coming in the game, please don't throw this man. And this man picked the ball up and went to the house. Okay, Georgia game. Let's be real. Him and Lagway, when they came in, like Lagway was already in the game, but when Kamani came in the game, it just felt like a shift of energy on the defense because they were that other corner over there bad. Kamani in the game, the whole energy changed. That Georgia on that defense against Georgia. I don't want him to leave. He just got plays. Please don't leave.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love
yeah,
that.
No. Yeah, we ain't saying nothing like we ain't saying he leaving. But yeah, I love what you said about that energy.
No, but I stepped up and said like he was a name that I didn't even think of. But look, different perspective, right? You being there, seeing a side that it's hard to see on the TV sometimes. Again, pick six, I don't forget it. But I like that. I love hearing that too. It's insights that we don't get to see. And again, Brandon Spikes being a part of the team, like.
You know who else? I'll give one more. And this is and we're saying this is the person like we okay if he leave, like we're okay.
Yeah.
Not necessarily okay, but one got to go.
Yeah, look, we don't want anybody to leave, but like if they say, hey, you got gun to head, you gotta pick somebody. You know what I mean? Like that's where we're at.
I'll just be fair. I'll say I want to say Castell.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what hey, Mr. Harris and I. That was one of our names on our list. Too. Look, we don't. It's a tough one. It's not a fun conversation. But
no, it's not.
There's only so much bread to go around, is what it appears to be like.
What you got? What you got? Gatlin, what's going on?
Hey, that's my boy, dog. I feel like he's a big glue on our defense, man. But I can see why though. I feel like it's a couple busted coverages in there, So I can see why you say.
No.
Yeah. Greg.
You know what?
This is not easy at all, bro.
I'm gonna be 100. I really want to say Devin Moore, but not the fact that he doesn't make plays.
It's the injuries.
He just stays too hurt for me.
Yeah,
he makes plays.
For sure.
All right, let's have fun now. Eugene Wilson's off the list. DJ's off the list because those Banks, the guys have already announced they're staying, right?
Right.
Who's must keep? Two guys, all in the bag. Sender.
Gums and Jack Clyburn, they have to stay.
I love that. Didn't even blink. Didn't even blink.
Those two guys will keep our defensive line alive. I promise you for the rest while they're there. They'll keep our defense alive.
Banks, Pyburn, and Gums. That little that trio. Yes. Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah. Chill. Think about
it. You mess.
I would say Trey Wilson.
No, he's already staying. You can't use him.
Okay, you saying people? Okay, somebody else. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't go wrong with those two. Actually, you just said, bro, for real, because they turned up then.
Well, no, you both get two. You both get two. So I'm giving you two separate ones, so that we would keep four. If you get to pick two, make it interesting.
Yeah.
So you build a team.
I would say Shamar James. James. Okay. And then oh man, that's tough, bro. Just give me Devin Moore with the right
with health. 99 health.
99 health.
Because when he's in the game, bro, he makes plays though.
Yeah.
I'll give you
for sure.
I'll pick two different ones. I'm doing Slaughter and Sapp.
I like that.
Slaughter and Sapp.
Yeah.
I like Sapp. Yeah. Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
We don't even think he's going nowhere.
Like
football, we don't never think.
I got my guy.
You don't think Sapp going nowhere at all. Like he just embodied the program. You wouldn't think that he would be going anywhere.
And we need the line. We got to protect the DJ. Jake Slaughter was an animal.
That man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, I want to get your predictions on next year, and then I want y'all to let everybody know where they can find you. I do appreciate you two joining us today. This has been awesome. You guys are incredible.
I just
Harris,
wanted
your
to
shorts all the
bring
time.
up one thing.
Go ahead.
My man Gatler, man, he said he's from Alabama, man, and I was asking him what was that like to being a Gator fan in Alabama.
Well, from 2012 until now, it's been a rough time. You know, it's been a rough time. But I'm more of an Auburn. I'm more on the Auburn side than the Alabama side. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's still horrible, because nobody likes Auburn fans in Alabama. So it's just like Florida fans. It's horrible.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Aaron Gates is another good one. I love me some Aaron Gates. We said that already, but I think he's the
Gates,
goal.
yeah.
Bryce too, though, man.
Bryce Thornton.
Man.
Just everybody.
Man, we got a lot of players.
We gonna
hold
have a
on.
squad.
Hold on. Oh my God. How y'all let me forget about Gates?
Yeah.
We didn't let you forget. We didn't forget. We just wasn't even. It's some names I don't even want y'all talking about. Like, just leave them alone.
Yeah, those guys are supposed to be locked. That's how we're looking at them.
It's not even mention them nowhere. Just let people forget about them.
Look, what's the way too early record prediction for next year? Now you go first.
Undefeated.
Didn't even. That was the quickest. That was the easiest question he had all night.
Yeah, undefeated. Man, and that's not even. I'm not even joking. I'm being dead serious.
No, I felt it. I wasn't. I didn't. I wasn't funny.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on it too, man. Like, after these last couple games with people that's still injured and everything, and we doing them like this, I don't see nobody in the country that can beat us. I mean, I think we should be in the playoffs, honestly, if I was a part of the committee.
Agreed.
But
yeah.
I just don't see anybody can beat us with DJ Lagway. I mean, that man right there is blessed by God himself for sure.
For sure.
He is a treat. I like it's. Look, we got to get through this portal season, and then we'll talk some more. But if things were to stay as is with a couple additions, look, it's playoff or bust for me. I've kind of started saying that again, just what we've seen, and you've got to think what you're seeing ahead. You got to make the move. The time is now. Well, Funny Man Galen, tell them where they can find you, how they can keep up. If you got anything coming up that you want to talk about as well, too, man.
Man, you can follow me on all platforms at Funny Man Gateland, like GAT, like you opening the Gateland. I will be on the comedy tour. I've been on the comedy tour 2025. I'll be adding more dates. My newest date for 2025 is Chicago. So for all my Chicago Gators, if y'all out there, y'all from Gainesville, y'all to move to Chicago, come out and see me January 3rd at the Comedy Bar. I appreciate y'all.
Anywhere in Florida we can come see you?
I don't have a Florida date yet, but as soon as I get one, I promise I'll make sure all y'all know.
Well,
I'm trying to get
Florida.
nine.
Let's get them down here.
Florida,
let's get them.
Let me know. I think you charging probably about $50,000 for a show, but we gonna make it
happen. You got my phone number?
No, not.
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram. It's comedian _Nod Ross, NODROSS. I'm on TikTok, Nod_Ross, Facebook, Nod Ross. Right now I'm on tour right now with Lil Duval, so I open up with him. We're gonna be in Vegas December 20th through the 22nd, and then after that Pittsburgh, then New York.
That's awesome.
Like,
what arena?
And I work on stage.
What'd you say?
And I'll be wearing my Gator stuff on stage.
Oh, I love that.
For sure.
He recruiting on the trail, boots on the ground.
Oh yeah.
Hey, all jokes aside, you know what's crazy? I did a show in Tennessee. You know who was there at my show? Remember Ross? That was he was highly recruited to DN, but he ended up going. He at Tennessee right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the top D lineman. He at Tennessee right now. He was at a comedy show, and I was, waiting on the crowd to come out, and I just shook his hand. I was like, "Man, you big as hell. What you doing?" I said, "What you doing?" His mama introduced me. She like, "This my baby. He being recruited by everybody." I was like, "Who?" I said, "Is Florida on the list?" He told some, "Yes." I said, "You better not disappoint me." And that boy went to Tennessee.
Maybe we should take you off the recruiting trail. Nah, man. You for 1.
I'm good, man. We got
Yeah, we
Will
need
Merch.
y'all
All
recruiting.
dancing. I'm moving around.
Okay. Brendan said
Yeah.
where at in Vegas? He lives out there. Brendan does.
They got a comedy club now at Drea's.
That's where you're going in Vegas, Dreas?
Yeah.
Okay. When are you back in Florida?
Um.
Oh, he said Jordan Ross is what they said. Is that the kid? Jordan Ross?
Yeah, Jordan Ross.
The chat's
That's
bro.
him.
The chat doesn't miss. We're like it's like Google. Okay, if you need anything, I just spew it out. It's there like that. It's like Alexa.
Yeah.
Like, hey, chat, can you tell me where this is? Boom. It's incredible.
We need to get you guys put on the show in Gainesville, man.
Yeah.
I just did a show. The coaches,
Ready.
the coaches to my show.
Are y'all going to Tampa?
You were down there. Yeah, I'm in Tampa. I'm here, so I'm waiting on y'all to pull up.
Yeah.
Y'all going to the game?
I put something on the grill. You got the grill? I'm putting something on the grill, man.
I got it, bro. Pull up, man. My house, your house. Pull up. I got you.
Y'all
I'm
going to
in Vegas.
Oh yeah, you'll be in Vegas.
We eating pig feet, man.
Get
ready.
He say barbecue pig feet. I got you. Oh Lord, bring one of them Alabama recipes, man.
Got you.
Hey, can I tell Billy Napier something?
Yeah, he's listening.
Uh-oh.
Please get all them 6'4" receivers that's in the portal right now.
We're gonna talk about them here in a minute. There's two of them we're eyeing. They're big boys.
Yeah.
Towers.
Right.
Towers. I don't care if they can't run. Just stick them out there. DJ will get it to him.
Please.
DJ will get it to him. 6'4" with a jump. That's 7'2". DJ, just throw the ball. Hey, there's somebody down there.
Ontario
DJ.
Rashad said he's gonna bring you guys to Oklahoma City. He do a lot of stuff out there in Oklahoma, man. Yeah. I'm waiting for them. I ain't want to be corny, bro. I was finna do it about 1,000 times today already. I'm gonna let him hit it. He hit it for me, man. I appreciate it, dog.
I love it. Well, gentlemen, you all been fantastic. I appreciate
it so much, man. Like
y'all coming on here, man.
Thank you, man.
Big fan. You guys were awesome. This is great. I'd love to have you back on. This is a blast.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I told my boy Stephen Harris, I said, hey man, y'all podcast, that's the best Gator podcast I watch. Didn't I tell you that? I say I'm a fan of all the time.
Man,
I appreciate that, man. That means a lot.
Oh wow, no. I called Shelton when I reached out to you guys. Say, bro, they said they watch your show, like they're a fan of you. He like, you lying? I'm like, no, bro, like they watch you, bro.
Ain't nobody watch this show. Just Billy does. I just make this show for Billy.
Nah, it's love, man. Appreciate you guys.
If it comes from this podcast, it's true for sure.
We try to keep it 100. We do the best that we can.
That's big.
All right, gentlemen. Y'all be good. Be safe. We'll be in touch. And if you guys are in Gainesville, let's rock. Let's burn it down. Or in Florida, I want to come to a show. So
we'll see y'all for the bowl game.
Florida.
I live in St. Augustine.
He right by you.
All right. Yeah, you right. You out up the street.
Oh.
We can link up.
Are you right here? Is that your light?
What's wrong with St. Augustine?
And I'm coming to St. Augustine tonight.
Where at? Like the party?
I'm going. Got a little chick house. All right, I'm saying too much over here. I'm gonna talk.
Wait,
little nut to be there.
I'm like, what's the Addy? he gives me my address.
Little boy, funny man. Man, that was dope.
He goes, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I love it. That was awesome, man. Nod Ross and Funny Man Gatelin, guys, go check them out. 600 strong, boys and girls. Show's not nowhere close to being done. We're just getting started, boys. A couple super chats. Yeah. Gonna read those. Before we do, Stephen Harris will be right back. Shout out to our sponsors. Prize Picks, boys and girls. It's Prize Pick week, so dial it in. Let's lock it in. Let's show out. All right, what we got rocking for tonight might be a behind the eight ball, but I've been cold, boys. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Okay, I got Jamar Chase for more than 83.5. Brandon Aubrey. I picked this as a selfish pick. Okay, I need this for my fantasy football league. All right, so I got more than 1.5. And Chase Brown, that man's been scoring more than I have on Mr. Soder's mom. So that's a lock and load on that one. Look, I say it all the time. What's fantastic, I love playing on Sunday. I get my picks in for the 1 o'clock game, get my W. Money's within there with 15 minutes. I lock in for 4 o'clock game. That's what's fantastic about Prize Pick. The money's in right away as soon as you get your W's in there. Use the code HIGHTOP. When you use the code HIGHTOP, play your first $5, you get $50 back for free. So again, download the app, Prize Picks. Use the code HIGHTOP. When you play your first $5, you get back $50 cash money. All right, Prize Picks, run your game. Now, Stephen Harris, we got to talk all about this portal news.
Money. Yeah,
We've talked
portal,
about
big
Cam
portal.
Banks. Big time stay. We talked about that with Nod Ross and funny man Gatland. Look, I love that news that he was that we're keeping him. That was a big thing that I talked about on Sunday. What are we going to be able to do? What are we going to be able to retain? And I said this, right? The portal giveth, the portal taketh. And we're sitting here, we're looking, we need to go get this guy, we need to go get that guy. And the same thing happened with the recruiting class, right? We're like, we got to get this guy, we got to get that guy. You got to lock in the guys that you got too still.
That you got.
It's harder. It's crazier than you think. And as much as, look, like the tweet said, it's not personal, it's business.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna get probably frustrated, and we gave guys flack for leaving and whatnot. But some of this money can be life-changing money. What's being brought in, and then people are gonna get upset about what about the money that we saved? Yes, but you can't just. You got to still be smart about it. So I'm not making excuses, but it's, it is what it's the world that we're living in right now.
I'm starting to get a better understanding. It's market value. The difference this year is we turned up at the end, and a lot of guys showed up. You know what I mean? And so we have more people that people are looking at than we would have had in the previous years. But it still puts us in a great position because we can lock in the guys that we have and then add to it. You know what I mean? So you're going to see some people leave, but I got a better understanding of it. I got a better heart towards it now. My thing is, you still can't go to Georgia or Florida State. I think
just two schools.
If I could have it my way, I would put a clause in every kid's contract that when you come to your school, whoever their rivals are, you can't go there for at least 2 years.
Forever.
After you transfer. After you transfer, because if you transfer to one school and then you could go to that other school after that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you know, but
respectfully.
for 2 years, you can't go to your rivals. I mean, we still have to have some type of tradition about this. The brand of Florida is just so big, and the tradition and what we stand for and why people get up for certain games, you know what I mean, is what makes college football. And if we lose that completely, I have a problem with that. So, and when you come in as a Gator, for anybody coming here, I say it publicly, that's how the base feels. Just know when you come to the Florida Gators, when you choose us, I don't care who you were talking to before. Once the day you choose us, you're not allowed to go to Florida State or Georgia.
And we've got to
go anywhere else you want, and I'll be all right.
We've got to appreciate the portal though, because it's given us some of the one of our favorite Gators, in this past year. I think we all love and respect Graham Mertz. Sure. Caleb Banks was from Louisville. We forget it because he's been with us for quite some time now. Obviously, George Gums planting the flag became an icon for the Florida Gators. Ricky Pearsall, we love Ricky. He came from ASU. Yeah. So a lot of these Gator, can you put him in that great category? Yeah, I mean Ricky Pearsall definitely fits into that category. Cam Jackson's a fan favorite. Yeah, they've earned that. So we got to be thankful for that. But I think you nailed something on the head. You know, we get so hyped up. We're so ecstatic about the run that Florida did. But a lot of these guys, they amped up. They amped up their contract. So you kind of run along this thing of like, okay, well, they might leave because they're unhappy with their playing. Well, now they're playing really well, and now everybody else sees they're playing really well. So now the stock goes up, and they want to play with us, but they also see like, dang, I can go play over there for a lot more, right? And so it's tough. It's going to be a battle, and it's going to be a dogfight to the end. So look, I know that people are like, we got to go be aggressive in the portal, and I agree. But honestly, if we can retain a good majority, and look, Banks was a first stepping stone.
The best thing about that is a lot of people just a couple weeks ago was upset about the recruiting class. But with that, we've retained some money to keep some of our guys.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
A big thing.
We have budget to keep the people we need so we can add to. Everybody's experiencing the same. Probably how other colleges experiencing the same thing. Everybody didn't go on a run. Florida State's not having that problem right now because they suck. So they don't have to retain nobody, and nobody can't get no value from nowhere. Nobody's calling their phone saying, hey, I'm going to give you this. A couple players that were 4 or 5 star, but it's not the same issue. But we
Correct.
have the money. We got the class we need. And now we can retain the guys we need and then look into the portal. We've already looked at a couple guys and made some offers. I think we're in a great position. It just sucks that we're losing guys that we've, grown to love, and they've put in blood, sweat, and tears to turn this thing around. And it's like, you know what I mean? Some people want better position. If you're in year 3 and you're not in a 2-man rotation, and then you see a freshman playing, then you probably need to go somewhere else. And it's not that you're not good and you can't play and you're not going to make it. It's just that we have to keep the program moving forward, and young guys need to be seen playing to attract other young guys. And so we would play some young guys in places just to attract young guys, even though there may be an older guy that can play better than him. That's just what you have to do to keep the program moving forward. You just can't not play somebody and don't give them the chance to develop. You know what I mean?
A name to kind of rings true to that would be Jacoby Jackson. A big factor this year,
Right.
but that running back room is thick. I mean, I've said that all along. You've got Trent Webb coming back,
Right.
and Ball. Jacoby could get shuffled around, and it's going to be a hard knock fight. And he's done a great job, I think, earning his role where he could go be running back 1 somewhere and get a pretty penny. And that's just the cost of it. You can't stack it like that.
And it wouldn't be no hard feelings or no love lost either, because it was a win-win in every situation. We brought him in. He came from a school that was I wouldn't say lesser caliber, but we were the Florida Gators.
He was JUCO.
He coming to but then you come to a major platform as the Florida Gators, and you perform well. That's what you want to do with your career. You're taking the long route anyway, coming from JUCO. Then you come to Florida, you prove what you can prove, and now you have offers that are gonna supersede what we can possibly pay you. You can say, yeah, I want to stay to win the championship, and just you guys don't have to pay me nothing. But if somebody offer you $200,000-$400,000, and we only can give you $80,000,
we're paying him running back 2, running back 3 money, where another school is going to pay him running back 1 money. That's just a matter of respect.
And then we wish you well and love you to death. Just don't go to Florida State or Georgia.
That's it. Let me read some super chats before we get. We'll start with.
I tell you what, I don't want not one player from Florida State or Georgia. So for our players to go there, it says to me more about the other programs that are willing to take a Gator into their environment. Like, that's lame to me. I don't want nobody from Georgia or Florida State. We did get one in Damian George. But
no, he's from Bama.
He came from Alabama. Yeah, so that was
we've
different.
taken 2 Georgia players though, Mr. Harris. I'll let you. I'll let it slide.
Ooh, which one?
You don't like him, so it works out. It was number 8, Kimber from last year, Jalen Kimber.
It's never gonna work out.
And Brenton Cox.
You just can't. You can't come from those 2 schools and think you're gonna come and be like, no. And then vice versa. If our guys go there, you're on the hit list. That's all.
$2 from Rogers. Austin Rogers. Billy's doing it right. High school recruit with a little bit of little portal. Yeah, I think it's a nice. I saw somebody say we need a number 1 portal class. Like that's impossible. Like, that is if we have the number 1 portal class.
We're developing guys, and we have coaches that can take you from a 3-star to a 5-star in a year. Yeah, you get you a 3-star. You get with Coach Chapman. Now you a 4 or 5-star by the time the season starts.
I want to talk about that with Banks too. Jesse rolling $10. Happy Monday, boys. Billy is cooking. God is good, and next year we'll be Gators by a million, blue and orange till we die. Look, I agree. We're gonna do some good news, and maybe possibly. I mean, it's not bad news. It's just scary news. Did you see Kevin Hart rocks with us? I saw from the Thanksgiving stuff. Jamari Ellis $2. I did see that. I love that. Way to get Kevin Hart on here next.
Right.
Girthy Rob says
comedian list.
Sap come back, Mr. Harris? ? We're hoping so, boys. We're hoping so. Look, man, his stock went up. But Danny Allo, $2 says with DJ and running back room, we should average 35 plus. I couldn't agree more. Hey, hello, somebody says $5. Says sorry for a trivial question, but does this show normally air 8 p.m. on thereabouts? I understand that times may vary during special events. 8 o'clock on Mondays, 8:35 on Wednesdays, sir.
Yeah.
And then $2 from Gator Believer says Gates stay, please. Yeah, we agree. That was during our conversation.
Yeah. Don't
Rogers,
say his
$2.
name no more. Y'all leave my man alone.
Roger says we need to invest some more in strength and conditioning. I kind of think it kind of panned out, maybe
Nah.
injury wise, not so much, but $20 from rookie Lynn. So happy the U of Mid is in the playoffs this year. I couldn't agree more. I mean, watching them at FSU just flounder around, that has been fun.
Fantastic.
But
Yeah,
it has been.
they've
Boys
been
and
back
girls,
since 2005.
smash the like button. Let's get 200 likes before the end of the night. So look,
Hold on, time out.
Oh,
We're
sorry.
not at 200 likes.
No, sir.
Guys, come on, baby. Y'all, listen, you have to exit the chat, hit the like button, and come right back. Please get us. We need at least half of the likes. We need 300 likes. We got 675. Give us 300 likes. Just exit the chat, hit the like, come right back.
Boom, boom. Let's get there. So we've got the stuff was mayhem today. It's been nuts. You got to believe there's been obviously tampering's been happening because names officially hit the portal today, and visits are already set up within 5 minutes of hitting the portal. So these conversations have already been happening. Now, I'm not going to look at PFF or film too much because I feel like these names are going to be the door is going to be rotating very quickly, especially because next week the staff's going to be in Tampa. So I expect this week to be all hell breaking loose. And for wide receiver room, these two names we're going to go over are not the sexy, splashy names, which I've tried to tell these guys is like, look, as fun as it is, as sexy as it may be, that doesn't always pan out to always be the right thing, right? Damian George was a 4-star offensive lineman. We wanted to kill him last year, okay? So it doesn't always pan out to be, what they once were. I want production, and the wide receiver room, I think, is one room that has earned their ability to operate and function the way that they want. Okay, they're 3 for 3 on portal and pretty damn good in recruiting, right? I think we can't complain. So this young man is Reggie Virgil, aka Red Zone Reggie, from Miami of Ohio.
Red Zone Reggie,
6'4". That's all you need to know. Like I said,
Red Zone Reggie.
I don't care if he's hobbling on one leg, just throw him the ball, DJ.
Throw it somewhere.
816 yards receiving and 9 touchdowns with 1 year left. He's a junior. That is the creme de la creme. He has an official visit set up already. That's
dope.
And again, this is like the Dallas Wilson. Like, this is the fix for those. Doesn't have the sexy, the splash, the 5. I don't care. You're gonna give me a guy, almost 1,000 yards receiving at Miami of Ohio, 9 tutties, big size. Needs a guy. We got you a guy. His name's DJ Lagway. Sure. And again, I don't want to hear, we played at Miami of Ohio. Trust the process with this one. We're not gonna have. I'm not having a conversation. Okay, this is an upgrade. Boys.
Yeah, man. We trying to play team ball here. We need pieces that fit our team because we already have something great going. When you get here, you're gonna go up. You know what I mean? So we need guys that fit the mold. They probably a lot of people who are talking about this stuff don't really look at film, and so they don't know what the real need is. He's a piece that we need. We get to that red zone, like you said, we have that threat where we could throw it up, them fade routes and all that stuff that takes the safety to have to cover the other side of the field. And then we have our pieces like Eugene who can run underneath, catch the quick slant, take it to the house. Like, they know what they're doing right now with this recruiting thing. And they're getting guys that fit the mold so we can continue to be a team. We don't need selfish guys or guys that need the ball in their hand 10, 15 times. We need to spread this thing around and move methodically down the field and let DJ operate.
And the thing with me, and I've said this before, wide receiver talent, running back talent, it's thin, right? You've got a couple guys that are at that top echelon, but then from there, I mean, it's pretty. It kind of just you need guys that fit your scheme that can run great routes and be compatible to your offense.
Run great routes. Yeah, listen, yeah.
And look, again, for me, these skill positions, I mean, a lot of these guys, that's why you see the transition where like a Shamir DK and Elijah Badger and Ricky Pearsall, like they were recruited by ASU. They weren't looked at by any of these schools early on. A little bit of put some more weight on, a little more practice. They're ready to go, right? It's just they weren't ready to go when they first got into college football. That doesn't mean they're not SEC talent. It just doesn't mean they weren't coming out of high school. So that's for me, that's how skill positions operate because dude, it's just it's iron sharpens iron constantly. The other guy, again, sticking in the wide receiver room, is more size, 6'4". You were tweeting at his dad today, Chase Sowell, I believe is how it's pronounced, will also be officially visiting Florida. 700 yards, 6'4", 3 touchdowns, has 2 years of eligibility left. Not as experienced as Reggie, but still 2 years. That's that 2 year window that Florida's looking at too. And again, big size as well. His mom played tennis at Florida. I think his dad was, from the tweets that you were interacting with him, was almost like, lad, I wanted to go to Florida.
Yeah,
we're going to let our son make the decision. We know what was going on.
Come on, Pops. Come on, Pops. You're a big Gator fan. Everybody loves the Gators. You know, he does have to make his own decision. There's a lot of factors out there. It is his future, but you can't go wrong here. Yes. So to be that big receiver that he gets to throw to for 2 years, why not?
The CJ Daniels, we've talked about him a couple of times, is on that list as well. Eric Singleton Jr., 5'11", he's the number 1 player in the portal right now. Georgia and Auburn are the 2 favorites to land him. Georgia, look, we had Uncle Lou on, and it's kind of really ringing true. Georgia has had a hard time recruiting top recruits, and one of their top recruits from last year, Nigel Tuggle, just entered into the portal. So, and they've done this. They went out and got the number 1 wide receiver, Dominic Lovett. It hasn't really transitioned for Georgia on the wide receiver side, so it doesn't really intimidate me too well. Again, they can't develop quarterbacks, so I'm not too concerned about them on that regards. I'm trying to look at wide receiver. The portal, everyone's like, it's not very loud or sexy. Big names for wide receivers, obviously Kevin Concepian from, hopefully I said that right, from North Carolina State. Dane Key, obviously another big one. Barry Brown from Kentucky, both big-time guys. It looks like Barry Brown's already been crystal balled to LSU. Micah Hudson, the former 5-star wide receiver from Texas Tech. CJ Daniels, he's still a 4-star. He's big. Jonte Cook from Texas. Again, the wide receiver room, there's so many options. The list goes on. So
you like to think the big sexy names like you're talking about, that teams will want to keep those guys. You know what I mean? So you won't see all that. The one thing I'd say we have working in our advantage right now, and most people say, oh, you didn't get the highest rated wide receiver. We don't need that. We have DJ Lagway, so we don't have to go break the bank and throw everything at these guys when we're trying to fill a roster of talent. You know what I mean? We're not trying to appease the fans right now. We're trying to win championships. In the NFL, teams will take the rank. Oh, your defensive line is last. And then they'll go out and spend all this money on defensive line just to sell tickets, just so the fans can say, oh, we beefed up our defensive line, but they didn't necessarily get the right people. You know what I mean? We don't want to do that. We want to get the right people for the program. We have DJ Lagway, and he's going to elevate everybody else's game. So they're leaving, obviously, because they don't have a Lagway. So all the stuff they did there, they bring it to the Gators, and their career goes up.
Hey, we're having audio issues, I'm hearing. Is it me or is it just him? Your mic is clicking off and on. Every 6 words it cuts shut. Maybe because I'm turning my head too much. Could be a me issue, to be honest with you, because I'm looking away. That might be what it is. Because I'm seeing everything click on my side. I'm seeing the bars and everything. I hear everything clear too. Well, this is frustrating. I haven't touched anything.
It said on both guys.
Brennan says,
what about now? Is it cool? They say you can hear both of us fine. Sometimes it's like that on people's computers, but then when you go play it back, everything's all smooth.
Stop moving. It's probably me just moving.
Excited.
I heard you both just fine. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna keep rocking then, and hopefully there's no more issues. So, we hit 300 likes because you yelled at them. But
hey, if you don't,
yeah, I probably because I was turning a little bit. I think that was what was happening. I'm like, oh, here it cuts out a little bit, but it's fine.
Like
okay,
button, man.
Y'all freak me out with that stuff. I hate that. That's my biggest fear when shit breaks. I hate that. So I like to do a good job for y'all. So. Yeah. Look, we're not done. The portal news is still rocking and rolling, and then we're gonna wrap it up with some names that are meeting thing for Florida to keep an eye on it, and some guys. And look, I think I don't you know me, I'm an optimistic guy, and we kind of joke around and say for recruiting for the week, I think the portal is gonna break me because you fall in love with these guys and you care for them. Recruit, I don't they're just stars, you know. I mean, I ain't got no personal relation, like I don't personally anybody, but I love the players, and so you lose some of those, like Boardingham. His mom messaged both of us.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Kim,
yeah.
Mama
Shout out
Kim,
to
bro.
Gordon Hill. Shout out to my Mama Kim. We
Yeah.
love you guys. I will be following your son's career, the rest of his career, rooting for him, showing him love. It's not what I said. It's not farewell. You know, it's not farewell.
Chat saying if you guys are having audio issues, just to leave and come back, and it's fine. So try that. But look, 2 big wide receiver targets. Love that. On top of CJ Daniels, there's been interest there. So we'll keep an eye on those 2 guys. This is another one here. Silver, the big defensive lineman from Kentucky.
Hey,
Again,
yeah,
sexy. Excites me.
yeah.
Big brands in there. Michigan's been throwing cheddar. Keep an eye on. Miami, another big one. So I think Florida's going to do what they can.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
No, like you said, we got to do what we can because he's in a position where he's earned the chance to. I'm coming around to the understanding the money part, you know what I mean? And you still have your future ahead of you, you know what I mean? Going to the NFL and stuff like that, but you can make a little bread along the way. For me, it's just about what you're made of. And if you're saying, okay, I can go to Florida, be next to Banks, and we can win a championship. I always wanted to win a championship. I never won a championship. I haven't won one in Little League. I haven't won one in high school. I can get one in college and be remembered forever. Maybe I don't have to make as much money right now and then go out and go high in the draft. You know what I mean? And as a winner. So it's a lot of decisions to be made. For me, legacy and winning still trumps out. I've seen a lot of people go make money. A lot of people drafted before me or a lot of people went first round and all that stuff, but they can't go back to their school and say who they are. They can't go look in that locker room and see pictures of them. They can't take their grandkids there and they say, "Oh, that's my dad, that's my granddad," or you know what I mean. That's forever. So that plays a lot in people's minds, you know. And I want that for everybody. So if you had an opportunity, for me, I would take it. But you know, everybody's situation is different.
I think you make a good point there. I'm older, I'm wiser now. I'm 31 now. And my dad and I were talking about this the other day. We're talking about because I was getting my son thought about giving my son a haircut, and his hair is really long, obviously. And we kind of the gist of it was like, look, this is a blimp in a speed bump in his life, and sometimes we make radical decisions because in that moment, it just feels like it's the only thing that's happening, and everything's moving so fast. But when you kind of look at big picture, it's like, no, who cares? Kid's 2, he's got long, beautiful blonde hair. Like, let it rock. Who cares, right? And the same thing, like I think you just nailed it on the head, where these kids are overlooking, like, hey, I know you want this money right now, this little speed bump, but the big picture here is like, and you being out of the game and talking to a lot of old players, like Major Wright. That was a cool. I remember having an interview with him, where when you're in it, you don't think about when it's over. You don't think about when you're 35, 32, and everything's done. And sometimes you're not taught what to expect. And Major kind of talked about the things that he dealt with, kind of like the demons that he battled, because you're the man from 11, 12, depending on who you are, till 30, mid 30, like lower 30s. What just been your career?
For a lot of those guys,
and then you're done. And it's just like you kind of had this ring, right? And so, like you're saying now, it's nice to come back to have something to appreciate and to cherish. And I think right now what we're seeing is a big swing, and it'll swing back, right?
It'll swing back.
It'll swing back
for sure.
just like what we just talked about with Nod and Gatelin, right? With last year, everybody's sitting out of ball games. People are still sitting out, but we're seeing a nice little nonchalant swing back where it's like, no, I came to play for this team. I'm going to play. So we'll find a nice little sweet spot. But right now, there's a big swing of just like chasing a certain thing, whether it's money, whether it's just a quick opportunity. And look, some of it's good, but I think you make a good point where maybe somebody will notice and make that stand of like, no, I want to be able to come back here and be glad that I played here all 3 years or whatever it may be, and be loved and have a family to always come back to. That's
for sure.
I mean, you got me tear up here. So.
One thing I know about Florida is as college football, we've always been a part of what the standard is. So we set the trend for what's going on. No matter if we're having a down year, up year, or whatever it is, Florida is always part of what the trend is. So we set the trend of what people are going to do. Well, our players announcing that they're going to play in a bowl game, even though they're seeing is going to have a lot of other guys saying that they're going to play in the bowl game in their senior year, because we set the trend. So I believe it's on us to have those things come back around. You know what I mean? The way Banks and Cam played this year and the passion they played against our rivals and letting it be known that you guys are our rivals and we're coming at you as rivals, that sets the standard for these things that we're talking about. You know what I mean? And so we have a job to make sure everybody can get money and still have fun, but we can't let it football and what it means and the passion that we play and why we play go to waste. And so I believe there's a balance for that. But as us being Gators, we have to be on the front end of making sure tradition and culture is still a part of it. And we won't budge on that, but the money will come around.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, I mean, it's going to be fun to watch and see who wants to stay and be a part of that. Right. I think that's what we're kind of going to get into here in just a minute. Another one to keep an eye on, dude. This just happened right before the show. Is an offensive lineman from Texas A&M, former 5-star in 2023. So here's your big splash, boys. Here's the 5-star lineman that we're always hooting. Rob Sale got him. Took him a year. He set up. He showed interest. There's no official visit, but played 6 snaps in 2024. Played 50 snaps versus Florida at center. Was injured for half the season and has 3 years of eligibility left. So again, interest. Florida. I don't know. It just at least. You're seeing a lot of guys. We're hearing a lot of that where there's players showing interest in Florida. I've seen a lot of those reports, which is kind of interesting to say. And I did hear some of that from some of the guys I spoke to of like, hey, people are calling to Florida. They want to be a part of the Lagway era and play alongside of that. Again, will this go anywhere? I don't know. Like I said, this thing is going to be a revolving door, and I'm going to do my best to keep track of it, watch it, see where the heat is. And the official visits are going to be the ones to really keep an eye on, because we kind of have learned over the last couple of years, these guys, if you visit somewhere, your chances increase dramatically.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially when it comes to the portal, because they only have so much time. They're not going to just go be flying around to multiple schools. So,
I mean, I've never seen nobody really just buy a car that they didn't test drive. You know what I mean? So you look at it from afar and you want it and you never press the gas. No, I need to go and see where I'm possibly gonna lay my head. You know what the cafeteria looks like. I got to see a couple of these things to really consider it. So we get that official visit. And right now for offensive line, I believe Florida is a sexy spot. You got Lagway, and you look at what the offensive line has done in the scheme and how they run it, and then we have all SEC players nominations and stuff like that. You get the limelight on you. You're on national TV. If you want to raise your stock, go block for DJ Lagway, and everybody's eyes is going to be watching.
Yeah, I think. Look, we've been better about it, but the O line has been great. And then look at it; it could be DeCoster, the addition of him. I mean, who knows much of an impact he's made, but Rob Sale's obviously been the catalyst to that. And then I love this one. We obviously
I'll tell you what though.
Go ahead.
Either way, they're working in unison, because if you have one person that's have some dysfunction or feel some type of strife or gripe against you or jealousy, it's not going to work. And the players will sense that, oh, this coach don't really like that coach. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So those guys are getting it done together.
And this one here, Justin Martin will visit Florida this weekend, according to his Twitter. That was what he tweeted out. Shout out to Gators Season. They're a great account on Twitter. This is a beautiful graphic, by the way. He played at UCLA, played for one game, 22 for 30. Again, this is backup. This is quarterback too. So again, not going to get too rowdy about it, but love the fact that we're able to get a second. I'm pretty sure he's a 4-star coming out of high school, a 2-year guy coming into.
So we need it though.
Oh, 100%. We lost. We did lose a quarterback. One of the quarterbacks, I think, like 5th on the depth chart, below Clay Millen to the portal. I can't think of his name at the moment. Well, obviously, it's not that important. But so this would be good. And they have Terrell Jones is coming in as well too. So beefs up that room. And I think we had a very thick room last year, but you saw as soon as Mertzcoat went down, it fell off very drastically. Yeah. So this beefs it up, and it's
play. He can fit right in with the style of play that we're trying to do.
Very, very important pickup. To me, it's not like the best one, but it's an important one. That isn't going to be the sexiest one by any stretch, but a very important need that has to happen, in my opinion. So, look, that's kind of the big names we've heard. Big names, just names in general we've heard thus far that we've been keeping an eye on. Now, I want to get into kind of. I don't want to say I hate to even do this because it could stir up frenzy for no reason, but there's a list flying around of names that are interviewing. Now, Billy spoke about players interviewing, and like we talked about, as the guys got better, the value goes up. So everyone's going to ask for more money, and I get the whole we as fans are frustrated about player loyalty, and I get it, and I am too. But it's tough because I think about players. I mean, Mike Trout got paid, but from like a baseball perspective, just guys have played that loyalty card as it always worked out. I don't know. I think we've lost that. There's a scene in Game of Thrones that I love, that I'll always have, that I can't wait to teach my son, is that your handshake is your only word. And in the Game of Thrones, like, you're not tweeting or texting or signing contracts or anything. Like, if I shake your hand, you have my word that I will not come massacre your family while you're sleeping. And now people would still do it, right? But obviously you lose a lot of credibility across the villages. But I think that's something, and not that these kids are shaking hands or any stretch, but that's where that loyalty comes in. And we as a society have gone far and away from that. I mean, sports isn't the start of that. So that's just kind of what it is, unfortunately. I mean, we can't do anything to change it. You just got to kind of learn to adjust to it and adapt to it. And I think that's why it is important to establish a good culture, establish coaching. And I was talking with some buddies today about just where college football is. And look, we're going to see the SEC, we would kind of always say, is the best conference. I believe that wholeheartedly, by far the number one conference. It's going to level itself out because you're not, the SEC once could stockpile and build up, and the opportunity with the 12-team playoff, you see this now with the guarantee for five conferences to get in. Everybody's got an opportunity. Ashton Jeanty being a Heisman favorite with as much starlight as he has, you got to believe him taking his team to a playoff has a big weight in that too. If Ashton Jeanty was at Boise 4 years ago, would it have the same weight? I got to think not. But because they were part of the playoff conversation, that's going to help every other school, which is what you want college football to be. You got to take that into consideration.
Yeah, no, it's definitely balancing everything out, making it high competition, and at the end of the day, it's making more opportunity for the guys. You know what I mean? And getting more exposure. You're not stuck at a school that's not as sexy as other programs, and you don't have to sit out and wait years and stuff like that. And you can continue. If you put the work in, you can work your way up to the top and be seen. So that's important for the guys. You know what I mean? If you can go to a small school, have a fantastic year, then the next year be playing at a bigger school. I like it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I like the camaraderie of the guys and playing for your school and for the logo. But like I said, I think there's a balance, and it's going to find its way. But I do like the high level of competition spread out.
Agreed. I think it's good for college football, but again, with that, you're going to see things are going to be a lot of changes. That's just where that comes from. I don't want to read this entire list because I think it's just going to start an unnecessary fire.
Trying to avoid it the whole time.
Yeah, look. So I try to. I don't like to believe that. Like, hey,
this is just work. We're just working. We're just letting you guys know what's going on. Everybody's going to be discussing it. We're just trying to talk you guys off the cliff.
Yeah, I've kind of learned is like I don't like to believe that, like, hey, we're like just the greatest thing since sliced bread and that we control a narrative. But I'm not ignorant to the fact that, you know, what we say is going to have some more weight when it gets out there. So I don't like to stir things up when I don't like. There's a lot of things I don't say because I just feel like it's nonsense. And sometimes I'll say stuff and it bites me in the butt. So I've kind of learned. Because again, it's just a list. It's just a names, and the name it means it could mean absolutely nothing. And that's my thing is that I don't know, right? There's just the expectation that if these guys are all asking and looking for more, as they should, it's the world that we live in. I think we might have a couple gut punches, And that's why I was asking, like, hey, if you had to pick 3, who would
Yeah.
it be? If you could think of a big name of, hey, is this person possibly thinking or at least interviewing or is in the talks of leaving? They're probably on that list. Okay. The
Yeah.
names that I could tell you that we feel that are good to go, obviously, are Trey, Banks, DJ. Those guys are all good to go, which is awesome. But there's other names. Again, Jacoby was one we were talking about earlier. I wouldn't be surprised if and I think honestly, good for him. I think that like when you look at the room, I'm like, this is too good to be true. When I was reading off the running back room, I'm like, this is absurd.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get that.
Yeah. I mean, you can't play them all. You know what I mean? And he's earned the right to be featured at that level. You know what I mean? And so I think it's a win-win. Not saying he's going anywhere, but if he had to go,
let me make this clear. There's no smoke to this guy's name at all. I'm simply just saying that like that
but
name
even
makes
to mention
sense.
them, it just means how much they've done. You know what I mean? So if we change our thought process about it, if you're on this list, it's a good thing. You know what I mean? This is like almost you can go to the NFL. You know what I mean? So this is saying you've basically already earned the right to get drafted if you're on this list. So it's a good thing being on this list, but hopefully we just get past this season of this list and circle the wagon with what we have. But it's some people that people are asking about.
Yeah, look, I mean, the list is, and again, I don't know how accurate the list is either, to be perfectly honest with you. That's my other issue with it, is because it's just
let's hear it. Let's just hear it. We've said all our grievances. We've said our feelings. We love everybody. We don't want nobody going nowhere. But we're not doing nothing no different than they're doing at the front office. They got to have these tough conversations, and that's why they get paid money and we get to be fans. But when it comes to these decisions, the fans don't want to have to make them. And so that's why we have to bridle ourselves sometimes when we're talking about all the other things that go along with the program.
This list, people have probably already seen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not pulling this thing out of a secret hat. Old Swolder sent it to Poppy, so it's not like it's on a white yellow notepad or anything. But and again, all this list is just interviews. People are probably tired of hearing the list. Let's not gossip. That's my thing. I don't want to gossip. I don't know. Again, it could just be, hey, these are guys that are all locked in. But on the list, you obviously got Jacoby's on there. The damn near entire line essentially is on there. Pyburn, Sapp, Shamar, Gums, Hanson, Castell, Searcy, Graham, Shamar. Again, these are guys that are just having interviews. So
yeah, most of this probably you gotta do some restructuring of your current contract. You know what I mean? You guys have earned more money or the possibility for pay raises here. And so it's like, gotta do some little renegotiations.
Buddy says, does Billy watch the show? He wants to know too. I don't want to gossip, says the guy with the stream channel. Look, I get it. Look, I can't win to lose. Our entire channel is off talking, and I get it. I try to keep it a buck, but also, I mean, I love to tell lies and sell some shit too. So what it is, what it is. But yeah, look, nobody on that list surprises me. I think the thing for me was like, man, these guys are just being highly sought after, and we were kind of getting blinded by the Eugenes and the DJs, just thinking like, hey, everything's gonna work out. But like we just said, with the success they had at the end there, that's it. What are the piano comments? What does that mean? Am I missing it?
They said I'm Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder. I'm gonna make it do what it do. That boy crazy.
Bro, you talking like him too. Yeah.
Well, I done froze. I gotta come back. Well, give me 1 second, man. Let's come back. I froze.
I'm dead. My man hit it with the piano too. He had how do you have it ready like that? Look, I'm not saying we should panic. I'm just saying I was kind of on a high. Like, hey, we hadn't heard anything. We're good. Everyone's gonna stay. That was wrong. That was young thinking for me. That was young Shelton. I'm old and wise now. I should have known better. It's the age of the game, man. I think that it's a positive that nothing has broke yet. I think it's a positive that they're at least willing to have that conversation and hopefully there could be they meet in the middle. They meet in the middle. So Sapp and Pyburn I absolutely love. I just think what they bring to the team is something that isn't on a stat sheet. And I think those are two guys you got to go get. Obviously, Gates is somebody I absolutely love too. Gums is one who's been extremely effective. His stock rose this year incredibly. And you got to think someone like a Gums who came in with very low expectations, right? These are guys when we kind of would get frustrated because it wasn't the big sexy names. We kind of got at a reasonable rate, and they come out here and do what we were hoping them to do. That price tag is going to go up. And that makes sense. I was just talking about Gums, right? And kind of like someone like him who we got at probably a cheap rate, right? Given who he was coming from Northern Illinois.
Right.
Or I think, Northern, yeah. And so he would be crazy not to
Chicago.
Not to restructure his deal. So he kind of came in on a 10-day rookie contract, like, hey, let's see what you got.
Yeah, so yeah.
And that's just what it, and again, that's why I'm saying that I don't want to panic anybody out because these things are all having to happen. A lot of these guys you saw I read off too were kind of freshmen that were kind of signing that 1-year deal and seeing like, okay, what is this going to be? So we'll see. You had this chat in Shambles. You had me in Shambles.
You ran the list off when I left?
No, I just read it with you. No, I read it with you here. I didn't say any more. I didn't say any more.
Yeah, but like Gomes though. But these guys have earned it. So that's why they said the most important thing was us trying to keep our guys that are here because we know what these guys put on tape. And this year was crazy because on defense, especially there were games where certain guys just had their game or parts of the game where they took over consecutively on drives, and it was different people everywhere. You know what I mean? Where we get to see the Pyburns, we get to see the Sapps, you get to see the Densons, you get to see the Gums. What's my guy? I'm not even gonna say his name. He'll be back next year. 13. We get to see these guys have breakout performances throughout the season where it's like, wow, these guys are it. So to expect that we gonna not have to have these conversations about these guys would be asinine.
Yeah, no, I look, it's a compliment. I mean, that's the positive too. Right. It's just, I think what makes me sweat again because I genuinely, I please come back. You fall in love watching these guys.
We've grown to love these guys. Yeah, and the passion that they put out for us. It's been big.
And again, I'm not mad. I think that's where I think we as a fan and where I'm trying to help us understand what I've kind of had to swallow is like, look, it's just as much as we want to complain, it's the matter of a fact. You're seeing it happen everywhere else. We'd be oblivious to think that it wouldn't happen to us. Like that, that's just crazy talk. Like you're seeing it happen to every football team. So it's not just us. It's everyone.
Last year I was not a fan of it at all. What makes me a little more easy is seeing that these guys have fully embraced the program. You know what I mean? They've fully embraced it and have given their all to it. So I can't be mad at them for doing something better for themselves. You know what I mean? They've helped us get to where we need to be. If you just jumping ship when we're not even going and you haven't put the full energy in, you're just saying, I'm good enough to go play somewhere else. Damn, these other guys, they suck. I don't like that part of it. So the fact that everybody's been brought in and given their all, you know what I mean? The market is asking for a certain thing. If you had an opportunity, I'm not mad at you.
Yeah. Someone just said, I don't want anybody to go, but it is a business decision. Again, I'm not trying. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here. There has been no comments on anybody. I called David again today, and he goes, look, I haven't really heard anything. He'll talk some more tomorrow. Again, we're hearing that the interviews are happening, which Napier said when he said that, I go, well, who is he interviewing? I was like he was like exit interviews and like we're gonna do just position interviews, and so we think about some guy they may not feel is powerful about, right? And that's another part of it too that we don't see. So it's a business all the way around.
Yeah, and the thing that now is that every player now is doing an exit interview at the end of every year because it's year to year now. Like
Yeah.
it's not 4 years guaranteed scholarship or anything. So you have to have that evaluation at the end of the year with every player. They have a scheduled time where they're going to meet with the coach, and he's telling them how he feels and what his plans are for them for the future, what they need to be working on, all those things. So everybody's they have a portfolio for everybody, and what that plan is for them and where they see them. So everybody's having that interview, no matter if you're a starter or a walk-on guy, you're sitting down and talking with the coach. So
I think the part that people don't really understand too, and from what I've gathered talking to certain people, and I know I've talked to some agents and I know who they represent, and I've had conversations about those conversations and how that's kind of unfolded. It's a very business transaction. I kind of talked about it in the sense of like NFL owners, how they run their football teams like fantasy football, if you really think about it. You know what I mean? Like that's just how they're just trading these players back and forth. I mean, they're just pawns to their big overall game. And in a way, these agents are kind of doing the same thing. They're calling these schools like, hey, what do you want? How much can he get? And so, and I'm not saying that agents making moves. We heard these stories too. The kid from Florida State who left, he was like, I didn't want to leave. It was kind of like I got pulled into it by this agent thing, and it's weird. Freddie Freeman is another one who's Freddie Freeman was the Braves baseball player, and I bring him up because that's a massive name in a professional atmosphere. Now this is too, but at the top of the top, goes to L.A. and finds out a year later that the agent withheld information that Atlanta gave him, and so he ends up at L.A. He fires his agent a year later. If you don't think that's happening at this level, you're crazy too. So there's just it's so much more than just they go into a room and it's like, hey Jack, we're gonna offer you this. You want to play? Yeah. Okay, cool. Sign here. And it's not. I don't think it's that simple, unfortunately.
You got more people involved, and we're professional now. You know what I mean? And the player needs that median to where he doesn't have to focus on that or worry about having those tough conversations. You know what I mean? And it kind of separates you from the team for a little while because you're in that rocky period. So you want to get it done as fast as possible. But people are having those tough conversations. Somebody has to go to bat for you, and you do have a value. And it's better to be on the front end of it than to be on the back end of it, not knowing what you're worth and having people whispering saying, man, I can get you this, I can get you that, I can get you extra 50,000. If I'm that player and people are trying to call me through back channels and let's just put it on the table. Let me get me an agent. Let me let Florida know, hey, what am I worth? I got people saying this and that. What do you guys believe? So we can get this stuff taken care of. You know what I mean? You don't want it lingering in the background, people telling you what you might be worth and this and that, keeping it all a secret. Let's just put it out on the table so we can play football.
So
I saw that face. What happened?
I'm on Twitter. I was trying to see if there's any updates while we were going before we wrap it up here. So there's this fake account that looks like Hayes Fawcett. It's Faze Hossett, and it keeps getting people with his graphics. And Shamar James was on the list, or on the he posted Shamar James, and a couple of accounts said, "Oh, here it is," and those have since been deleted. But because it's fake, but it juked out people that are in the know too. So
oh man,
yeah. So it's
good. This climate, man. Anything you see breaking news, if you don't look at it long enough, boy, they'll get you.
Yeah,
they taking logos and signs, and I think I almost got last week about a recruit. They said no, a portal transfer person. But yeah, no, it's tricky, man.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with. I've gotten good to not bite, but if you're on Twitter, keep an eye out for those. They'll break your heart and
just don't
spit on it.
Repost so fast. Yeah, do some research.
So I was trying to see if anybody else left or was during the portal while we were at a show. I'm surprised 10 more didn't go.
I believe tomorrow morning it'll be a hot day. I think tomorrow's gonna be a nice spicy day for the portal.
Yeah. There's a whole thing. Shamar has not entered into the portal. Do not entertain the fan accounts. People went nuts.
Yeah.
So we're still good to
And
go.
some
on that
people
one.
probably don't want to have the conversation until after the bowl game. And some people not even in a rush like that.
Yeah. Well, boys, it's going to be a hectic season or off season. We knew that. There's going to be, good and bad with it. I think ultimately, Florida's going to be able to close out and finish on top. But, there's going to be some battle wounds. I'd assume so. It's just the new college football, boys. I don't know what to tell you. It shit ain't for the weak, boys. It's ruthless.
Yo, chat having a field day with these Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder jokes, man.
It's because you looking up a little bit. You got to...
Yeah, no.
If you don't come on here with a suit next time and start singing, I don't.
Oh,
I don't
yeah, I got you.
I don't want it. I don't want it. All right, boys. Look, let's enjoy it. We're all Gators through and through. I'm excited. We're going. Hey, we got DJ Lagway. We got Eugene Wilson. We got
Lagway, baby. Hey, we're going up. It's gonna work out, man. There's a lot of stuff is new to us. This is what year 2 in the whole
full swing in it.
Transport portal, NIL. If I'm coming around to it and warming up, you guys will be okay. We'll help coach you, guide you through it.
We'll grow
We're
through
in
it
great
together.
position with what we did. We got money now. People want to play with Lagway. So no matter what happened, I believe we'll have a couple more guys come in that will embrace and love like we did Big Cam Jackson, and they'll show out and play for the logo.
Oh, wow. I missed a lot of super chats. Hold on, boys. Sorry, guys. Jeez Louise. Sorry. No more music yet. Hold on. My apologies. Rookie Lentz, $10. I didn't even see him. I'm a little under the weather. I'm a little off. My bad, guys. DJ the Stag Lagway gonna have the Heisman by the end of this time with us. I'm calling it, man. That would really surge some things back. And again, another year for him. That could really turn the program around even more. So
another trophy. We got room.
$2 from Brian Fisher says, "Give me 6'4" Virgil and Sal, Florida boys with ties." Look, you're able to get both of those guys who had, again, 800 yards respectively from both of their programs on top of what wide receiver. To me, I would think that would be a wrap for the wide receiver room. Maybe a CJ Daniel. But again, at that point, that room just gets really thick. So both of them, it gets a little stiff in there. You could just see one of them.
Supposed to be in the Gator. He's supposed to be in the Gator. He just went and developed a little more somewhere else, and now it's time to come home.
Absolutely. $2 says exit the stream and come back. It fixed it. Oh, that was during. I mean, I missed that. I'm way delayed. I apologize. Thank you guys for the super chats. I said I'm a little slow today. Antonio Watkins. Oh, they went $500. Audio is good. I'm driving a truck and hear everything. No clue what some people are talking about. I was reading the chat. It may have been a YouTube thing, not an us thing, where there was just a glitch. So, Jamari Ellis, $2. Are we just forgetting about Pup Howard? What about him? I know he the man.
No, we stopped saying. Don't say his name.
Yeah, there's just some names we don't want to talk about.
Right.
We need a call-in show with Mr. Harris. That's a great idea, Mr. Harris.
Do you want to ask me questions?
I don't know. Maybe for a concert from you, Stevie.
No, we can do it. Set it up, Shelton.
All right. Maybe we do it. We could do a watch party for the bowl game next Friday. Something to think about, and we can kind of do it there. Maybe sleep on it. Maybe this Friday we could do something. I think I'm free.
This Friday would be dope. This Friday would be dope.
Okay. We'll just talk about it off air, and I'll figure out my schedule. Friday. Figure out your schedule.
Yeah.
Drop pianos in the chats, boys. Smash the like button.
Drop them pianos in the chat, baby.
Y'all be good, man. Great show. Shout out to Funny Man Gatelin, Nod Ross, and of course our very own Stevie Ray. Y'all be good, baby. Peace and love.